Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We're doing this on Friday. This is Eden, your realtor for life. I'm here today with Arlene. Arlene, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi Eden. Thanks so much for having me on here. My name's Arlen Ekstein, and I am the senior associate at Tembo Financial. We are a direct private lender out of North York, but we operate all throughout Ontario.
Right, financial institution. But I mean, you do a lot of unique stuff that benefits, you know, the home buyers, people that are moving up. So tell us about it. I mean, one of the things I know about you is you actually lend money for deposit of the second purchase home. If somebody was like they didn't have cash laying around, they have good equity in their home. So how does that go? Like, could you go ahead and explain to us about your deposit advance?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's one of our specialty products is our deposit loan as well as our renovation loan. So as you said, if a client is going to be selling their house, it's currently listed or it's already sold, but they need money for a deposit on a new purchase, we can do an equity advance from their existing home to give that client flexibility to go and purchase their next dream home without having to wait for the closing date on the existing home that is going to be sold sometime in the near future.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. And it says most people don't have a lot of cash laying around. They want to move up, especially at this market we have. It's just excellent time to move up. But they don't have that extra deposit to put down on the new home that they're buying. So what you're saying is you go ahead, advance that deposit money till the deal closes. When they close on their home, they will pay you that deposit money that you loaned them to put down
Yeah,
for them. Yeah, yeah, that's great. Does it have to be a firm offer in order for you to advance the deposit?
that's a great question. No, the house doesn't even have to be listed.
Oh,
So,
really?
so if you meet a client and they say, look, we want to buy first and then sell later, we make them sign your listing agreement. So you know that you're going to be working with this client for their full real estate transaction. And
Mm-hmm.
as long as there's equity in their existing home and they're going to be selling it, we
Mm-hmm.
can advance funds before that house is even listed. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm sure you can imagine in the current market that we're in, there's a lot of stale listings on the marketplace right now, and people are eager to move up to their next property. So we're able to advance the equity in those properties, even though the house hasn't sold. And again, the house doesn't even have to be listed. So it's a fantastic tool that provides tremendous flexibility for homeowners that are looking for that next home, but just don't have money for the deposit.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Do you have a timeline for how long you lend that money for?
So we're a balance sheet lender, which makes us very unique from other financial institutions. So
Mm-hmm.
we work with the client. We make custom solutions based on what the client's situation is. We work with an array of different clientele. It tends to be older clientele. They need a little bit longer because they take longer to make decisions, and they move a little bit slower than a younger family, for example. So we can extend the term to fit the clients and what they need. Usually, with on a longer end, it's about 6 months, but we can make it 3 months. It's fully open, anywhere between 3, 4, and 6 months. And if your client really needs a longer term for whatever reason, we can work with those clients on a case by case basis and make them a custom solution that fits them specifically.
So it's not like reverse mortgaging where, the elderly people take money out and you know what I mean, 4 years still pay that back. You don't have that. It's just a short term.
This
Um,
is what we're talking about today is short term.
yeah.
We do everything though. We're a full A to Z private lender. So we can do everything from purchase financing to debt consolidation and everything and anything in between.
Yeah, yeah.
We
So
can,
we're
we
gonna
can,
focus in real estate here, like how you're gonna help my clients out. Like you say,
exactly.
you advance deposit for the purchase purpose. And also the other thing is a lot of people have beautiful home that does need a little bit touch up before it goes on the market, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, again, they don't have that cash laying around to really do the basic, fixing the little dripping toilet or the doors or the landscaping or, painting. So you could lend money just so that they could get the house ready to go up on the market. Is that right? Based upon the equity again.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as there's equity in the client's home and they're planning on selling the property, we can advance them funds to increase the value of the home and do some cosmetic renovations. We've seen everything from just doing an update with some appliances and slapping a new color of paint on the walls, all the way to a full new kitchen, new bathroom, and a full update on, a more mature home. As long as there's equity in the property, it doesn't matter how small or how large the project is.
Mm-hmm.
We can advance funds so they can increase the value of the home and help to sell that house for more and for faster.
Yeah, no, that's great. Like, as I say, that is very useful. The other thing is, so in your website, you could stop power of sale. Could you explain on that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, a lot of people are struggling, and they're going to continue to struggle up until 2027, when a lot of these renewals are coming up for people who got historically cheap money from the banks, 1.5% to 2.5% mortgages with the banks. They've kind of changed their lifestyle in order to fit what their cost of, their monthly cost is to carry their mortgage. As these mortgages start to renew, their monthly cost to carry this mortgage is going to increase drastically. And a lot of homeowners, and we're starting to see it right now, they're starting to struggle with that additional money that they have to come up with because their interest rate is significantly higher. Mm-hmm. So if there's equity in their home, Tembo can come in, and if they've defaulted on the mortgage and they have demand letters from the banks, we can come in, pay out the bank, and help control that power of sale. And if they're in this situation, chances are their current mortgage is likely more than what they can afford. So we're going to make sure that the clients sell the property, but we allow them to control the sale so they can make the decision of what they're going to be selling the house for, and they don't have to be forced to make and take the offer.
Right. Now that's awesome. That's very, very good. So I think that definitely could be useful. At the time that we're in. What did you say about the year 2027, Arlen?
So right now, we're all the way up until 2027. We're going to start to see a lot of these COVID mortgages start to mature. So we're starting to see it now, and we've been seeing it for the last 6 months, and all the way up until 2027. So people who got 5-year mortgages around the 2022 mark, when interest rates were still significantly lower than what they are now, those mortgages are going to continue to mature up until 2027. So we anticipate here at Tembo Financial that these COVID mortgages, the monthly payments that these people are going to have to pay when their mortgage matures are going to be hundreds of, if not thousands of dollars more expensive on a monthly basis.
Unless rates go down. What are your thoughts about that, the interest rates?
It's really tough for me to really have an opinion on it. It's very difficult. You read so many articles, and some people are bullish, some people aren't. Some people are expecting a rate cut in June. The banks are saying maybe not. Some people are saying 2 drops this year. Some people are saying 3. Some people are saying none. The proof is in the pudding. I don't really want to speculate on where I see the rates going, because I don't want to provide false hope for anyone. I have a variable mortgage myself, so I'm hoping for significant rate drops. But the reality is, I don't think the Bank of Canada knows until a couple of days before they make the announcement, and they really look at everything under the microscope and see all the data. So there's just too many variables right now to really see. The US is looking strong. The Canadian economy looks like it's slowing faster than the US. So are we going to see rate cuts faster than the US will? Yeah, I think we will. But from how many rate cuts we're going to see this year, and how quickly, I can't really speculate.
No. I was just putting you on the spot. Good idea. Very smart answer. So let's talk about bridge financing as well. Could you go ahead and explain what bridge financing is?
Yeah, so we do a number of different types of bridge financing. We do traditional bridge financing, which when a homeowner has sold their house and they're purchasing something, and the purchase closing date is closing before the sale of their existing home.
Right.
Many of these homeowners, they're expecting to use the equity from their existing home to put down and either own the property free and clear, so have no mortgage, or to have a much smaller mortgage on the new property. But the problem is they're moving in before the existing property sells. So it's called bridge financing because we're able to come in and bridge the gap between the closing dates of both properties. Another form of bridge financing is down payment bridge financing, where the situation is very similar, but rather than having a mortgage, a traditional bank mortgage on that property, they're going to own the property free and clear. So we can come in and give the down payment, and then when the property closes, the clients are going to own the property free and clear, or if they wish, they can get the bank financing as well. So it's just a really good bridging mechanism to help really line up when the closing dates aren't lined up on their real estate transactions, both on the purchase and on the sale.
Right. No, that's excellent, because that happens. You absolutely fall in love with this house. You want to buy it, but the sellers have to have a certain date, right? Earlier, before they get their money on the sale of their property. So it would be a shame to lose it, but you'll step in to advance that money for them to close on the house they want, and you get paid when the sale, when the money comes from the sale of their property.
Exactly.
It's a bridge financing. That's awesome. That's very good. Great service needed. And I'll definitely, I mean, you've been around, your company has been around, how old are you, is your company now?
We've been around since 2015.
Yeah.
So we're really the experts in helping provide homeowners with flexibility and providing tools to realtors to help make their clients' lives way easier in the middle of a real estate transaction. From purchase financing, deposit loans, renovation loans, and bridge financing. And, we have a 5-star rating on Google. We can fund deposit loans and renovation loans in many cases in 48 hours from application to funding. We have transparent pricing, so there's never any surprises. And we're really a fantastic tool to help get that sale across the finish line and provide some peace of mind to the homeowner while they're in potentially one of the most anxious and scary transaction of their life. We take that anxiety away and work with the client to make it a breeze.
No, that's awesome. No, honestly, especially at this time, your service is very much needed, and you've been very, persistent and consistent in working with our companies. So definitely, I'll recommend your services. Again, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for providing such a great service to our clients, and hope to do a lot of business together with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on here, Eden. Looking forward to working with more of your clients. Have a great day. Take care.
You too. Thank you very much. All right.
Bye.